Hey everyone, good evening, guys. Very good evening. Okay, I see very less participants have joined so far. Let me quickly share my screen and perfect. We can get started. Perfect. So today we just have one thing to discuss, that is chatbots, right? Perfect. And after the chatbots, we will be talking about the deployment. The chatbots and our curriculum is finished after the chatbot. So after, like, once we finish the chatbot, we are all done. After that, we can talk about the first point, deployment, how to put any model on production. Second, we can talk about the basics of no, NLP we have done. We can talk about the basics of neural networks. Okay. And also the reinforcement learning, some basic introduction about neural networks and reinforcement learning, so that if you are planning to upgrade, if you are planning to proceed this learning to neural networks and AI, you will get some good foundation behind what exactly we are going to learn after this. So that will be the agenda of all the day, right? Perfect. Now let me upload the files for the chatbot. This is the one we are referring, right? This is the Google Drive we are referring. Yes, guys. This is the Google Drive only what we are referring. I see. So why it's mentioned 1st March? Today is the last session and today is not first March, right? It's 25th Feb. Okay, no worries. Let it be. Day 15, the last day for the session. Oops. Okay, let me upload the chatbot. Chatbot, here it is. Okay, let me upload everything. We'll create the API in a real time. Okay, so you can download this folder. You have used 80% of your storage. If you run out of storage, you won't be able to upload new files. No, we are done. Perfect, guys. Please download the chatbot folder. Please download the chatbot folder from day 15. Let me know once it's done for everyone. Yes, guys, just let me know once it's done for everyone. Yeah. Download it. Let me just tell you. It should not take much time because that is not very huge, to be honest. Chatbot V1. Open the chatbot V1. Open the chatbot V1. It's taking time. Let me see what's big in this. RDNA chatbot. The CSV file is also 1 MB only. No, we just downloaded this chatbot folder from day 15. That's it. That's it. Okay. So just need to download extract and open this chatbot v1 notebook file. Let me clear all the outputs. Let me clear all the outputs and let me know once it's done for everyone. We'll talk about this chatbot. See how small the file is to create a chatbot. And in this file also we have a lots of repeated codes. So the chatbot can be created with these two cells only. Yeah, only these two cells are enough to create a chatbot. How easy Python is, no? Not ML. If you have the knowledge. Yes, everything is easy if we practice good. Everything is easy. Is it done, everyone? Done? Okay. Okay. So TF-IDF vectorizer is something we have done. And recommendation model transactional transaction encoder used only for categorical. That was also not a categorical data, right? Transactional encoder, or it was transaction encoded. It is only used for that specific type of data in which a single record have multiple transactions, and that were also comma separated. It was not a categorical data. If we closely look, that products column, that's not a categorical column, right? A column, a single value inside that column, inside that specific variable, a single record was multiple products, right? So we cannot say it was a categorical data, right? So that is a completely different. We can say it's only helpful. The transaction encoder is only something we do when we have a data in that specific structure only. Okay. Category means classification. Category, basically category, when we try to predict something category, it's called classification. Cannot convert non-finite values into integers. You are getting this error in fit function or where? You must be getting this in fit or fit transform. Yes, most probably in fit or fit transform. Converting data frame. P Let me tell you what this error is. This error, we get this error when we get missing values, when there are some missing values in the data. So make sure there is nothing missing before, like if you are getting this error at some cell, before that cell, just make sure the data is not having any missing values. Cannot convert non. Can you check? Have you checked for infinite values? np.inp. But this was the class. This recommendation engine case study only, right? The one we did yesterday. That one only. So in that case, there are no chances of getting any infinite values. Okay, no problem. Let's discuss and then we can see through any disk. Okay. Perfect. So let's start the chatbots. Now, before we start any technical discussion, we all know what are chatbots, right? We know about chatbots. What are the chatbots, guys? Yes. Yes. So that is a chatbot. That is an example of a chatbot. Now, ideally, we know what are chatbots. Chatbots are just such engines that can that can do a conversation, right? That can simply respond to your queries based on their training. Yes, guys. Exactly. They can respond to the queries intelligently. Right, right. They can respond with the queries intelligently. Okay? Perfect. So now, whatsoever the chatbot is, this the approach what we are going to discuss right now is one of the possible approaches to build a chatbot, right? This is not the only thing. And again, this approach is also lagging in some of the things. But this is how we can create a chatbot with the basic natural language processing techniques. Now, if we want to create a more powerful engine, more powerful and more, robust engine, chatbot engine, we can create it over LSTM networks, long short-term memory networks. Right now, we will be discussing the approaches, the methods that we can use by the natural language processing techniques itself. Jarvis, Iron Man, yes. That was not only a chatbot, that was a complete, assistant. That was a complete AI assistant. Okay. So first of all, we need to import the libraries, random library, then string, then NumPy, then we are importing TF-IDF vectorizer. We know what was TF-IDF vectorizer. Then cosine similarity. Have we discussed about cosine similarity before? I think we just touched about cosine similarity in PCAs. The cos theta between two principal component is 90, so cos 90 is 0, means there is zero similarity between two principal components, right? So again, here we need to use the cosine similarity. That's why we are importing cosine similarity here. Then warnings, to ignore and avoid all those warnings. Then we are importing natural language toolkit libraries, like we have imported NLTK, then WorldNet, Lemmatizers, Stopwatch, Vogue Tokenize, and at the end Pandas. Understood? So most of the libraries we are already aware of. There is only one that's new, that is the cosine similarity. And cosine similarity will be used to check the similarity between two text. Between the vectors, they represent two text data sets. Okay? We can use any order. It's not any necessity to follow certain order. In order to import our libraries, we can import any libraries before, any library after. Okay? Yes. So let's import the libraries. Let's import the stopwords, and we have extended the punctuation symbols to stopwords so that we only have a single variable for excluding everything. So what we did, we simply extended the punctuation symbols and the stopwords, so we can see at the end we also have the punctuation symbols here. Right? Yes, guys. We simply we simply imported our stopwords, and then we extended the list of punctuation symbols also. So at the end we also have the punctuations, because punctuations are also the symbols that we use to draw. Perfect. Clear till here, everyone? Awesome. Now again a clean text function that will simply remove the stop words. Now why we are not importing the punctuation separately? Because this stop words list have the punctuation symbols also. So this will simply drop everything unnecessary. So we simply created a function clean data that will clean the data. Now it's time to read the file. What is this file? This is a training file, and this has a lot of conversational data. So we can use that data for training our chatbot. Okay, clear? So let me read and let me show you the conversations what we have. Yes. So the conversations are like source and the text. Date, hashed message ID, hashed chat ID. These things are not actually important for us. So we can simply use the source and the text for humans and robots, and we can utilize this entire conversation as our training data. Make sense? Make sense? Easy so far? Okay, now let's discuss little approach what we are going to do here. Okay, what is this? Evaluation confusion metric. Okay. Yes. So let's talk about the approach we will be doing. We have the conversational data, right? We have the conversational data, conversations, and the conversations are like human bot, human bot, human bot, like and so on. Possible, like that's how we have the conversation and their messages. Yes. So see, the one way is we utilize this conversation as it is as the training data. Okay. And during the deployment, when the chatbot is active, there is a new message that is user is asking. There is a new message from some user. We need to respond to this new message. So what we can do, we can check the similarity of this new message to all these messages. We can check the similarity of this new message to all these messages. Suppose this new message was the maximum similarity of this new message is with this message at this point. So we can simply return the next response or whatever is the next message in the conversation at the response of this message. Make sense? Possible? Possible? That is the approach. That is one possible way. Second possible way. Second possible way. That's what we are going to do. We can simply create two lists, right? We can simply create two lists. Human, bot. Okay. Now, human list will have all the human messages and bot list will have all the bot messages. Okay. And so on. Again, bot will have all the bot messages. Got it? Got it? Yes. Okay. Now, when the new message enters, when there is a new message, okay, suppose there is a new message. So, we need to process the human list into some such format that we can have some flexible, comparison. This new message should not be only responded when exact match of this message is available in the human list. It should not be this scenario, right? When the exactly message with same words, same letters are available in the humans list, then only it will get responded. It should not be like this. We should remove the stop words, then we should, stem them or whatever is the pre-processing is required. We need to do that pre-processing and then we need to check for the similarity. So that if the same thing is being said in a different manner, that will also get captured. Make sense? Make sense? If the same thing is being said in different formation of sentences, it will also be captured if we do the pre-processing in the humans list, like remove the stop words, stem the words, or lematize the words, whatever is necessary. We can simply do all those things, right? Right, and that's also we will do on the new message, and we will check the similarity after doing all these things, so that we will have some flexible comparison. It won't be like very exact letter to letter comparison, and the bot will only be able to respond if we are sending exact same message as in a conversation, as in a training data. So right now, if we do the pre-processing and then do the comparison, it will also be able to capture if the intent is available in the transactions, sorry, in the conversations. If the intent, whatever you are asking, if that similar intent is available in those conversations, it will be able to capture and respond. Make sense? Are we getting this? Perfect. So we will be creating two different lists for the humans and bot. We will be creating two different lists for the humans and bot. We will process the humans list to like whatever is necessary, stemming, lemmatization, or whatsoever is the necessary. We will simply we will simply process the bot, and we will simply process the data, and whenever a new message will enter the system, it will again do the processing to that new message also, and the processed data will be compared if it is similar or not, so that we can have some flexible comparison. Correct? Yes, guys, what is the new message? Anyone wants to respond? What is the new message here? Yes, guys, what is the new message? Clear? This new message is the one that we get in the system after training, and the bot needs to respond to this message. Right? Yes, guys, clear? What is the new message, everyone? Great. So we will be implementing our chatbot on this approach, and what will happen, suppose this new message has the maximum similarity at nth index in the humans list. So we will simply pick the response, whatever is the message at nth index in the bot list is going to be our response, right? Yes, we will simply compare the new message from our humans list, right? And suppose this new message has the maximum similarity with the message at nth position in the humans list, we will simply pick the response from the same position in the bots list, and that's going to be the response for this new message. Okay? Understood? So we'll be following this approach. So now let's build the code. Let's build the code for this approach. First of all, so we don't need date, message ID, and chat ID, all those things. So let's keep the source and text only. And this is the chat data right now. What we have, we only have the source and we only have the text, right? Yes, guys, clear? Everyone, clear till here? Clear, everyone? Then we are creating a new column that is train text. We are creating a new column that is train text, right? And in that new column, we are cleaning this text data, right? Train chats text dot apply clean data. So see, we have the train text and we have the text. Now this is the cleaned. This data is after removing the stop words. Clear everyone? Okay, now see, in the humans list, we need to store this data, but in bot list, we need to store this data, right? Because bot is something that will be the response, so we need to write as it is message, but humans list, we need to calculate the similarity. So this needs the clean data, right? It needs the cleaned data, but this needs to be having the right messages. So in the bot list, we should not have the cleaned messages. We should be having exact messages, but in the humans, we need to have the cleaned data because we are going to compare the similarities between these messages and a new message. Make sense, everyone? Yes, perfect. Now we will simply write a small loop to just store it in human or human, or we have created two lists, human list and the bot list. So we are simply inserting the data from humans and bots. So if you see, the data in bots are exactly the same message, right? But in humans, it's the cleaned one, right? Thanks human job would choose whatever it is, but it is the cleaned data, right? Right? Perfect. All good with the creation of these two lists, everyone? Please let me know if there are any questions, anything about the lists, else we can proceed. Yes, guys. Now we will do some more transformation. TF-IDF vectorizer. We already know what is TF-IDF vectorizer. Yes. And see, right here, the meaning is important. So instead of stemming, we will be using lemmatizing, right? Instead of stemming, we are going to use the lemmatizer here. So we simply created an object for lemmatizer, and there is a function that takes the text. It will tokenize that text and then lemmatize it. So it is what it is doing. It is taking the text, lemma.lemmatize tokens. Now what are tokens? For tokens in nltk.word tokenize, this will tokenize the lower of this text. So see, let's understand the pipeline, what's happening in this single line of code. Lots of things are happening. So there is a text. Text is being converted to a lowercase right here. Then it is being tokenized, right? And then it is being lemmatized, right? Then it is being lemmatized. Clear? Text, lower, tokenize, and then lemmatize. The single line of code, the single list comprehension will perform everything. And at the end, what it will return? The lemmatized data for a given text. Easy? Understood, guys? Lemmatization. So why we are doing so? So that we can have some flexible comparison between a new message and pre-trained or the readily available conversations. We just need to have some flexible comparisons, right? Yes, guys, understood this pipeline? Yes, guys, is it clear, everyone? Perfect, perfect. So let's execute this function and now let's come to the action here. Simply created a TF-IDF vectorizer in which we have specified the tokenizer here, that is this function what we are using. And stopwatch equals to English is actually not necessary because we have already removed it. So, but yes, let's create an object of TF-IDF vectorizer and TF-IDF vectorizer dot fit transform human. Uh, with the production deployment, check its pipelines. I'm not sure, Aditya. To be very honest, I am not sure about this. You can definitely raise a ticket, and you can, you will get to know about that thing from there itself. Actually, I do not have the access to extend the program or something. So you actually need to raise a ticket, and the team from the backend will they have this authority to extend the sessions and other things. So you need to raise a ticket from help and support. Or in case you are in touch with any counselor, you can talk to them also. Okay. Perfect. Perfect. So yeah, we simply created an TF-IDF vectorizer object and then we transformed from the same TF-IDF vectorizer object. We transformed the humans list using the same TF-IDF vectorizer object. Now tell me what will be there in this TF-IDF variable. Yes, guys. Anyone? What will be there in this TF-IDF variable? Lemmatized plus TF-IDF transformed data, right? Lemmatized and also TF-IDF transformed list of humans messages, right? Sure. The code number 15, we actually converting the text into the lower case, then we are tokenizing it, then we are lemmatizing it. So this will simply take a text, it will convert it to a lower case, then it will tokenize, then it will lemmatize. Clear? And after this, we have created a TF-IDF vectorizers object and we have transformed the humans list to TF-IDF vectorizer. So now this TF-IDF variable is going to have vectorized human messages, right? This is going to have vectorized human messages. Understood, everyone? Yes, guys, is it clear? Cell number 16, is it clear, everyone? Stop words equals to English because we want to use the English language stop words. We can remove it because we have already removed the stop words from the data itself. This is also the way we can specify the stop words in the vectorizer itself. But yes, we can remove it. If not necessary, we can simply remove it. Because we have already removed the stop words earlier, right? Yes, we have already removed the stop word, so we can remove it from here also. And we can also keep it. Perfect. Yes, guys, all good everyone with this part? Okay, now take let's take some sample message from the user. Let's say user is saying hello and we need to respond something to hello. So let's say we picked a user messages hello. Now let's understand what will happen in this case. Okay. Now can anyone tell me what's happening in this function, in this selected code, guys? Anyone? What's happening in the selected function? It will simply vectorize the hello, only hello. Yes. So TF-IDF user response, this variable TF-IDF user response, this is going to have the vectorized form of hello. No? Right? This is going to have vectorized form of hello. Okay. Awesome. Brilliant. Brilliant, guys. Brilliant. Now, we are simply doing cosine similarity between TF-IDF user response and TF-IDF. So, any guesses what will happen in this? Any guesses what will happen in this? Any guesses what will happen in this? Calculating cosine similarity between these two variables. So all the similarities come out. Exactly, it will calculate the similarity from hello to all the messages in humans, right? Awesome. So now these are the similarities. Okay? These are the similarities, and if we check the length, we have 2363 similarities because we have 2363 messages in the humans list. So it is giving the similarity of this message hello from all the messages available in the list, right? I think TF-IDF vectorizer is not defined. Where, which cell you are talking about? Perfect, perfect, perfect. No worries, no worries. Perfect. So we all understood what vals is carrying. Everyone understood what this vals variable is carrying? Yes. Okay. Now let me explain how this arc sort function works. We need to understand the arc sort here. Okay. Suppose there is an array that has the numbers like this: 1, 8, 9, 6, then 5, then 3, then 4. Suppose this is the array. Okay. Just assume this is the array. And we have the positions of the numbers: 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. These are the positions. Easy? Yes, guys? Easy? Array dot arg sort. Now let me tell you what this arg sort function will return. Okay. Yes, everyone, please notice here what array dot arg sort will return. Now see, out of this array, which is the smallest number? 1. What is the position of 1? What is the index of 1? 0. What's the next smallest number? 3. What's the index of 3? 6. And so on. 4. What is the index of 4? 7. Right? Then next is 5. The index of 5 is 5 itself. Then it's 6. 3. Then 7. Then 1. Then 4. Right? Right? Understood what arc sort is doing, everyone? Exactly. Exactly. Right? Okay. So what arc sort is doing? Is it clear, everyone? Okay. So if I try to extract the last value of this, if I simply do ar dot arc sort minus 1, this will return me 4. This will return me 4. Right? And what exactly is this 4? What how we can define what is this, what exactly it is returning? What exactly ar dot arc sort minus 1 is returning? It is telling the index of largest number in the array. It is telling the index of largest number in the array. Yes, guys, it is telling the index of largest number in the array. And why it is necessary? Because, why is it necessary? Because, remember in this case, nth is the index of largest similarity. N was the index of largest similarity with respect to the humans list. And we use this index to extract the response from Bot's list. Yes. Right? So, are we getting this? Where exactly we are going? Yes. Now are we getting where exactly are we going? Yes, guys. Make sense? Okay. You understood what arc sort is doing? What arc sort is doing? Is it clear? Yes, guys, please tell me what argsort is doing. Is it clear? How argsort function is going to behave? Is it clear, everyone? Argsort is simply see, okay. So this was the array. This was the array. These are the positions in the array. What is the smallest number in this array? What is the smallest number in this array? 1. The position of 1 is 0. The second smallest is 3. The position of 3 is 6. Then 4. Position is 7. Then 5. Position is 5. Then 6. 3. Then 7. 2. 2. Then 8. That is 1. 1. Then 9. That is 4. And 4. Clear? Clear? Clear, everyone? Okay, now is it clear? Now is it clear from where this 4 came? Perfect. Now what exactly is this for? The position of the largest number in array, the index of the largest number in array. This 4 is the index of largest number in array. Yes, argsort minus 1, what argsort minus 1 is returning, it is telling the index of largest number in array. That is 4. It is telling the index of largest number in array, that is 4, right? Yes. Yes. Okay, understood. Argsort minus 1, everyone, is it clear? Awesome. Now, now, the next thing. So, how we can utilize this 4 now? How utilize this? How we can utilize this argsort minus 1? See, in this approach we discussed, we need to calculate the position, the index where the most similar message is available, right? And we will extract the message from the same index in bots list as the response of the new message. Yes? Yes? So this argsort minus 1 is actually telling us this information where the most occurring, most similar message is available. Argsort minus 1, let me just show you. Okay. So the values similarity has 2363 similarities, and humans list also have 2363 messages, right? So when we do argsort minus 1, 295 is the location, it's the index in val's in val's array where the maximum similarity is there. Yes? 295 is the index of the largest number in val's array. Yes? Yes, guys, understood what this 295 is? Yes, similarity of hello with respect to all the messages. Yes, is it clear, everyone, what this 295 is? Okay. Now let's see what is the maximum similarity. So if I simply copy this code and place it in the indexing of flatten, okay, if I give 0, it will give me the first value of similarity. If I give 1, second, if I give 34, sorry, if I give 34, it will simply give me the similarities at that specific index, right? This is how we can slice an array, and this way we can simply get the similarity at a specific index, right? Now we want to calculate the similarity at this 295 index. That is the 100% similarity. One, that is the 100% similarity. And this is the maximum similarity. Understood? This cell number 27 is also clear, everyone? Okay. So instead of 295, I can simply copy this code also. That is also the same thing. Yes. This is also the same thing. Cell number 28. We are getting the same thing. Awesome. Now let's understand what's the message in human at the same index. It's hello. And what's the message in bot at the same index? It's hi, how are you? And seems a genuine response. Right? The message at the same index 295 in humans list and the message at same index in bot list. Right? Perfect. Understood, everyone? Yes, guys. Understood, everyone? Now we are actually trying to wrap up this entire logic into some smaller number of cells. So IDX will simply have that index 295 and required TF IDF is this code cell number 28 and this is exactly same. So IDX will carry the index and required TF IDF will carry the maximum similarity, right? Yes, IDX is this 295, this code and this code see similar, exactly same. Let me mark. This line of code and this line of code exactly same. So IDX will have 295. Yes, guys. IDX will have 295 and and this and this is also same. So this variable will have the maximum similarity. What is the maximum similarity? Right? Easy? Easy? Okay, now after this we are checking if the maximum similarity is 0. So it will simply respond with, I'm sorry, I don't understand you. If the maximum similarity what we are getting is actually 0 means bot is unable to understand. Right? Right? Otherwise, it will simply return the message from the bot list. Perfect. Clear, everyone? We need to have some training data to create a chatbot. We cannot generate a response. We need to have training data to, train a bot and to make a conversation. And even humans can't do this thing. We can't respond to a message if we don't have a relative data to that question, right? If someone started asking something in Chinese, we won't be able to understand and respond because we don't have that data, we don't have that learning, right? So similarly, if we want we want a machine to respond or to to give a response to some message, we need to give some training data, right? Make sense? Because that is something even humans can't do. That is some, without the training, without the learning, we can't respond to anything. Make sense? Perfect. Cell number 32, we are simply checking if the maximum similarity is 0. We are checking if the maximum similarity we are getting is 0, means there is nothing similar in the conversation, so it will simply say I don't understand you. Otherwise, if the maximum similarity is not 0, it will return the index, right? It will return the message from the bot list at a given index. Now see, we can make the bot more sensitive. If you want to keep it greater than 0.5, we should be having more than 50% similarity. So it's completely subjective how accurate, robust the chatbot we want to make. Perfect. Understood, everyone? Is it clear? So now what all we have done in above cells, we have simply summed up everything in a single function, that is response. We have simply summed up everything in a single function, that is response. So let me just execute this function. We can see, guys, this is the same function. This is the same thing what we have been doing in these codes. So everything we simply had summed up in a single function, right? Easy. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Then, so we simply placed it in a while loop. And hi, my name is Robo. I'll answer your queries. If you want to exit, type by. Okay, so let's say I'll simply say hello. Hi, how are you? I'm good. Nice, I'm fine too. Okay. So let me ask his name. What is your name? I'm sorry. I don't understand you. Okay. Are you a bot? I understand. You get interested on AI after experimenting with chatbots. Hmm. What is AI? I am human. I'm not human. I'm gender neutral. Okay. Can you sing? Not yet. Okay. Can you dance? I'm sorry. Okay. Perfect. So understood, guys, right? How we can create a chatbot? Yes, guys. Is it clear, everyone? How we can create a chatbot? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, so this was a conversational bot, means we need to chat it this way. We need to type the messages and everything, and the bot will respond us. So now everyone is comfortable in creating a chatbot, right? We know how to create a chatbot using natural language processing techniques. Everyone, are we good? Perfect. Awesome. Need a lot of practice. If you want to make it, if you want to make it more actionable, then we need to implement the APIs, right? Instead of giving the response, if you want to make it actionable, then we need to utilize some more drivers and the APIs, right? So there are certain Python libraries that can interact with the Windows and specific operating system drivers. So if you say launch the, if you say launch Google Chrome, so you need to give the executable path of Google Chrome and to that Python, to that specific library that can execute the Python drivers, the Windows drivers. So if you say open Chrome, right? If you simply ask open Chrome, and if you give the right path of the Chrome executable, it will launch the Chrome, right? If you say open Google, so if you write that code to open the Google, it will simply open the Google. So we can simply write it the way we want. I can share you some sample. If I think I have created a virtual assistant like this, it also tells the weather and all those things. That was conversational bot, means if I'm saying tell me the weather in New Delhi, it will tell what is the weather in New Delhi. The API we use to extract the real time information is Wolfram Alpha. Wolfram Alpha. That's an API that is useful to extract the real time information like weather, temperature, and all those things. A lot of other stuffs as well. If you ask some finances, something about the finance, it can extract from Wolfram Alpha and tell you the finances. Yeah, lots of things are available in this API. So we utilize that. Let me see if there is any. Let me close this one. So that engine was capable enough to that engine was capable enough to take the actions also, right? Is there any artificial intelligence folder? Yeah, here it is. Logic programming, TensorFlow, niche, face recognition, deep learning. Mm-hmm. General classification. Okay. Wait a sec, I need to search for that application where I have placed it. Content generator. Okay. Documents. Give me a moment. I have a file where I have a code that can do the actions also. But where it is, I just need to search. Just a second. Think I lost that code. Let me once again check for the Google Drive if it's there in Google Drive or not. Otherwise, I think I lost that code. No, I actually lost that code, guys. Okay, perfect. So I'll check again if I'll get that code somewhere. I'll upload it in the drive, but right now I need to search where exactly that file is available. So what we did in that specific virtual assistant, it will use Wolfram Alpha API. It will use uh, Google. It will also use all such different websites to search and return the responses, and it was also capable of opening some applications in Windows, and that was voice command, like it listens to the voice commands and it interacts on a voice command. So I'm just searching if it will find this file somewhere. I'll upload it. Okay. Yes, guys, any questions, anyone so far? Anyone, any questions so far? Perfect, let it be. All clear with the chatbots, everyone? All clear with the chatbots, everyone? Perfect. Let it be. Self-driving cars, in self-driving cars, actually there is not only single thing to implement. In self-driving cars, there are a lot of things that we need to follow, right? It's not only the software part. Whenever we talk about the a complete AI consists of the architecture plus the software. So we build the softwares, we build the programs for artificial intelligence, but the architecture is something that is being done by the electronic engineers, how to integrate and or how to integrate the softwares with the drivers and the architecture. What is computer vision? Computer vision is something when we work with the image data sets. Computer vision is something when we work with the image kind of data sets or when we work with the videos and other things. So let me show you some application what I've created on computer vision in my early days. Yeah. See, this is a small example of a computer vision. This is a small example of a computer vision application in which it is actually trying to classify the vehicles on a real time, the vehicle, the person and everything, and it is giving the real time density of every object in the camera frame. So this is an application of computer vision, right? That's an application of computer vision. And this was created on neural networks. The object detection API is used YOLO v3. I think that time YOLO v2 or v3 was the updated one. So I made this on YOLO v2 neural networks. Yeah. Understood? So now computer vision have a lot of different, it has a lot of different applications also, like detecting cancers out of X-ray images, right? From scanned tissue, from scanned tissues, and lots of, like, whenever we use images or whenever we use video frames in order to identify something, that's called the computer vision, right? That's the computer vision. Yes, computer vision is built over the deep neural networks only. There are some libraries like OpenCV that can, OpenCV and other libraries are there. Those libraries actually what they do, they give the drivers and the functions to interact with the webcam and microphones of a given system. There are some Python APIs like computer OpenCV that can help us to utilize the microphones and the webcams in real time. So that's one add to the computer vision apart from the neural networks. Yes, yes, there are engines that can create a script. I have also heard of this research paper. There is a research paper in which they have created a neural network that can write a script for a movie by itself. Yes, there is such neural network available that can write a movie script by itself. OpenAI's GPT-2 model. OpenAI GPT-2 model. What does GPT-2 OpenAI? This model can generate content. This model can generate content by specifying a keyword only, right? GPT-2.ai can generate the entire essay for a given keyword. I also have some similar kind of project that can detect, that can content generated. Yeah, this is also this is also one tool that can generate content by giving a keyword only. So this tool, this entire software, small engine, see how short the code is. Only these much lines of codes, 345. The 345 lines of codes are capable enough to give you entire content on a given keyword, right? So a new product of Raven. No, I'm sorry, I'm not aware of that new product. See, guys, there is a lot of potential in machine learning, artificial intelligence, neural networks, computer vision, natural language processing. It has a lot of potential. We just need to mold it into a right product, right? So first of all, we need to learn the techniques. We need to learn the technologies in order to implement the tool. Second, we need to think once we have a good experience on the technical part, we are confident to write to build any kind of tool if it comes to machine learning and AI. Then we need to think of possible innovations, some tool that can be capitalized using these technologies and that that can solve some major business problem, some major commercial problem, and that can be capitalized. So that's how big firms work, right? They have the data, they build the tool over the data to capitalize the problems. Like Google Map is one of the practical application that we are used to right now. We are addicted, I would say. We are addicted to the Google Maps. If someone will ask you to reach at some place, a known place without the Google Map, that's a nightmare, right? Perfect. So, yeah, we have done the chatbots. Let's take a break. After the break, we will talk about, let's take a break, and after the break, we will talk about how to deploy a chatbot to server in production. How to deploy this chatbot in production. No, you should start participating in the interviews. At least, see, we don't participate in the interviews to get a job directly. We participate to learn, to get some better exposure about what kind of questions, what are the what exactly kind of products, what kind of job roles are available in the market. So start giving the interviews. I would suggest everyone start giving the interviews. Right, because interviews are not only to get a job. Interviews also helps us to to get a more practical exposure of what's going on in the industry. Yes, we can also start the Kaggle. The previous videos you can access through your LMS only. You can just go to the LMS, you can go to the live sessions, and you will get the recorded sessions. See, I am getting, oops. I am getting this button of download the recording. So you can simply download it from here itself. No, no one will say this thing. So if you got this kind of response, I would say that was not a good company. It's actually good you didn't join there. So you can see there is a recording. There is a recording button. So you can simply download and watch the recordings. I would say it's quite strange if they have said this thing that you are too young, because when we outsource or when we do the hiring, we just try to get some good candidate with a good practical exposure. Like, let me tell you one scenario. There was a technical interview, a technical opening for a person who can help us on a chatbot project, right? So in the final round, there were two candidates shortlisted. There were two candidates. One candidate was just it was having only graduation, no experience, nothing. Only he was just graduation final year student. I think he had done the graduation. The other student was ME final year student, and it was he was also having some internship experience. He was also having some prior internship experience, and the younger one was only having the graduation in its academics. So we selected the one, the candidate that has more experience or more knowledge about the chatbots, and that was the one, the younger one, the candidate who was only graduate, not the other one with some experience and the masters of ME final year. So it completely depends on your knowledge. I wouldn't say that someone will tell you that you are too young for the role or something. If you have a good knowledge, if you have a good experience or good exposure about the technology, you're good to start. Yes. So academics, background, experience, That honestly doesn't matter for a good company until and unless you are protected to that organization. If you are protective, your age, your background, your academics doesn't matter at all. Clear? Applying for no response, try to improve your resume, try to improve your portfolio. See, whenever, okay, we'll talk about the right approach to get to a decent package after the break, because there are lots of things what we need to keep in mind while we go for a job hunt. There are a bunch of things, so we'll talk about those things after the break ends. Yes, definitely, let's talk about that after the break. Sure, sure. There are a lot of things, guys, that we need to do apart from the what every person out there is doing in order to get a decent package. So, out of the bucket, some things that we already know that we need to write a resume, we need to apply to the job portals. That are something everyone knows and everyone is doing. Out of this, apart from these common things, what everyone is doing, what other things we can do, what other things we can, what other steps or what other efforts we can make in order to get a good job. So we'll talk about that. There are a bunch of tools, bunch of strategies, bunch of methods that are kind of rule breakers. So let's talk about them after the break. Hey everyone. Perfect. Perfect. Assignments? Sorry, which assignments? You mean to say assessments? These assessments? Okay. For the recommendation one, go to the self-learning video 10.13, right? This it will not be a solution. We cannot discuss about the solution in the class, right? Because these are the assessments. You will get the guidance from here itself. It is exactly the same data, right? So what all steps they are following here? Have you watched this video 10.13? So here a priori is not being used, right? Matrix decomposition is being used. So you don't need to implement a priori there. Okay? Perfect. So please, what I'm saying is, if you will watch that video, they have explained the step by step how to implement the matrix decomposition on a given data set. Let me show you. This is the train test split. Yeah, see, here exactly they have implemented the matrix decomposition by utilizing the pairwise distances and everything. Have you watched this? Yes. So is it difficult to use this code on the given data set? Just use this code pairwise distance. There is a train data matrix. Instead of this train data matrix, they have created a code to create such kind of data, and we already have that data. We already have this data in test data matrix kind of structure. So you just need to place the data in these cells, whatever is being explained here. Right? Try to rewatch this video and integrate the approach what's being implemented here on the data set what we have in that project. There is exactly the same data. I don't see like how this is difficult, because exactly same data set they are using. They are preparing the data set like this, and we already have the data in this architecture, in this structure itself. We already have the data in this structure, the shape and everything is right same as what they have created in with this code. Okay. So simply try to rewatch this video and try to understand the approach, what's happening here. The code is available. The data set is also similar. Like even in this video, they are creating the data set. We already have the data set in the desired architecture, right? And which algorithm to implement is also mentioned in this video. What is the code to implement that algorithm is also mentioned in this video, right? Okay, so the first project, that is Mercedes-Benz Greener Manufacturing. This is a regression problem, right? This is a regression problem where we need to predict the time taken by an individual vehicle, an individual car on a safety bench. What amount of time that specific car took to qualify the safety test, right? First of all, we simply need to remove the columns with the zero variance in the train data set. So we just need to observe the train data, what all columns are having zero variance. Drop those columns from train and test both. Fit transform is used to train and fit is used for test. Transform is used for test, not fit is used for test. Fit transform is used to train and only transform is used for test. Okay? Perfect. Then, yes, first question is clear everyone. Mercedes-Benz Greener. Second question, check for the null values and do the train test split. Easy. Apply label encoder. We can also do this. Yes, guys? Okay. Dimensionality reduction to implement the principal component analysis. Dimensionality reduction to implement principal component analysis on the data, and we need to reduce the number of columns into some lesser number of principal components, and then we need to train a XGBoost regressor here. Correct? Everyone, the first project is clear. Perfect. In second project, this is a classification problem. Again, there is a lots of things mentioned in the description. So the long story short, this is a classification problem, and we need to predict the income class for a given data set, right? The first, identify the output variable. That is something we can do. The target variable in the data set, the column that has the name target, is our target variable. Okay. Where we will use PCs like after PCA in the fit function. After doing the principal component analysis, you will be having principal components. Use it as X during the train test split before the fit function. For example, here it is the Big Mart sales. So here we are using train test split and we are giving the input factors that are our columns X, right? Yes. This line makes sense. Right? This line makes sense. So we transform X to principal components. If suppose X has 784 columns, we transform them to let's say 331 principal components. So we use, instead of giving XY, we use PCs comma Y, right? So we need to use our principal components in place of this X before the train test split. Clear? Yes guys, clear? Understood where we should be using principal components? Okay, do you understood this train test split approach? Do you understood this train test split approach? Yes. So when we do the train test split, what are these X and Y? Input and target. Okay. So if this is clear, understand what we do in PCA. In principal component analysis, we have a data set, right? That is, let's suppose X, and we have Y, right? So we transform this X to a smaller dimensional data, that is principal components, and we use this principal components to predict Y instead of using the high dimensional X. Yes? This is also clear? Perfect. So when we were having X and Y and we were doing train test split like this will become train X, this will become test X, this will become train Y, this will become test Y, right? Right? So during the train test split, we gave X and Y, here, X and Y, and we got these four components, right? And now once we transform the X to the principal component, we need to give principal components comma Y to get these four components. Make sense? Easy? Understood? Null values treatment, input output split, train test split, PCA, train, yes, fit in the model, train and test, yes, right sequence. Right sequence. Okay, see, don't try to understand, don't try to learn or remember the sequence. Try to understand what is the step, what is the process. What are principal components? Try to understand what exactly are principal components. Principal components are only the replacement of X, right? X was having huge dimensions, so we transformed X to principal component that is having less dimensions, but same amount of information, right? Right? Understood what are principal components? Yes. So we do train test split on X and Y, right? We do train test split on X and Y. After PCA, that X is being replaced with the principal component. Now this is where we will be doing the splitting. This is where we are doing this. This is where we are making the split, and this will become our test X, and this will become our train X, right? This will become train Y, and this will become our test Y. Clear? So this is what we are doing in train.csv file. This is what we are doing in train.csv file. The test.csv file is going to be completely different .csv all the pre-processing is going on completely separate on the test.csv file, and we only have the principal components on test file, test.csv, and we will be giving these principal component in .predict function. This test.csv will not require the splits because we don't have the y, we don't have the target variable here, right? This will not require to do any split or anything because this does not have the target variable. Yes, this is something we have already discussed, that test.csv file does not have the target variable. It only has the input factors, only the input variables. So we cannot train on the test file. We cannot even evaluate the test file because we don't have the target variable. We only need to make the predictions on the test file, right? The y is not there in test file. The y is not available in the test file. So there is no point of splitting the test.csv because y is not there. We won't be able to train or evaluate. All we can do with the test.csv is only to make the predictions. Clear? Perfect. Yes. Anyone? Anything else? Yes, guys. Please. Anyone? Anything else? How to know if there are any biases in the data set? In that case, we just need to check the, let's say there is a train.csv file and there is a test.csv file. Okay. The train.csv and the test.csv. Okay. And train.csv, let's suppose we have column n, some column is there and the same column is also available here, right? This has three categories: 0, 1, 2, 0, 2, 2, 1, 0. But in the test file, we have one extra category: 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 2. So there is one extra category here that is not available in train. So this is something we call as a bias. So we need to detect it in test.csv and we need to drop it. We need to remove it. Because in training it's not available, so model is unaware of this new category and it will give error if we try to predict on this sample, right? Perfect. Anyone? Anything else? Yes, guys. Anyone? Anything else? Yes, guys. Clear, everyone? Please let me know if anyone have any questions, anything. Yes, guys. All good, everyone? No questions? Nothing? Okay. So yesterday this error was resolved. Yes, guys. Was this error was resolved? I think it was resolved for most of us. Yes, guys, this error was resolved. Please help me on this. How many of us were able to resolve this error? Yes, it was resolved because of the whole GS things, right? And I think Adit shared us some command also, some conda command to resolve that yesterday. Yes, guys? Okay, do one thing, just upload the screenshots and everything in Google and in the community link, right? Just upload the screenshot and the error statement in community link. Upload it in the community so we can take a look later on. Because debugging might take some time. It could be because of the version upgrade or something. The code was running in some systems, the code is not running in some systems. So there could be a versioning issue. We need to spend some time in order to detect that. So please upload it. We'll see and we'll update. Okay. Yes, guys. Anyone? Anything else? Please let me know if there are any questions. Anyone? The recordings are downloaded. Okay, so there is a specific NVR player. The download button for the NVR player you will get from here itself. So once you will download a recording, it will navigate you to a page or it will pop up a modal to download the NVR player through which we can view, we can watch the recordings. Right? The link to download that player will also be popped up after you download the record. Okay? Yes. Okay, so about the jobs, guys. See what most of us, what people usually do after the certification is done, we do some projects, we create a portfolio, we write a resume, and we start applying to the jobs over the job portals, Naukri, Indeed, LinkedIn, and all those different job portals, right? Yes, that's how that's what our approach is in order to in order to get some job, right? Perfect. Now, first of all, our resume should be optimized. The first thing that we need to do, don't use the single resume for all the jobs. Try to read the job description, the skills, what keywords are mentioned in the job description, what skill sets are mentioned. Try to include those keywords on your resume. First thing, don't just use a single static resume for all the jobs. Because the first screening level is by the application itself, right? The initial state of screening is done by the application. The initial state of screening is done by the application. So if the keywords are not being matched, your resume will not reach to the HR. Try to make dynamic resumes if you are applying to some XYZ job. try to identify the keywords, what are the skill sets, what are the keywords used in the job description and job title. Try to use those keywords in your resume. Yeah, it's must you add all your certifications. You add all your certifications and everything on your resume. That is something we need to highlight. Plus projects. Okay, now when I say projects, what most of people used to do after machine learning, we create a classification project, we create a regression project, we do some on unsupervised, and that's what we place on our resumes, right? Yes. Yes, guys, we try to place a projects this way, but think 90 to 99% of the candidates are going to have one classification project, one regression project, and one unsupervised learning project on their resumes. How will you stand out? 99% of the candidates are going to have some similar projects, one classification, cancer detection, or some sort of sentiment analysis, some regression problem, right? So most of the candidates are going to have some similar kind of projects. So we need to implement something separate, something that stands out, right? Explore the Kaggle, explore the GitHub. There are lots of websites. Try to be a little more active on the LinkedIn to observe what other people are doing, right? Try to be a little bit more active on the LinkedIn and observe what other people, what other learners, what other applicants are working on. You will get a lot of resources in GitHub, on Kaggle, and lots of platforms are available to explore about the new algorithms, possible ways of implementing something, and try to create some project. One project is enough if it is unique and if it is stands out. A project that consists of see, as I already told you, the end product, the entire tool, what end tool we use to create, that consists of lots and lots of different algorithms, right? That consists of lots and lots of different algorithms. So try to think a little bit innovative, try to build something that actually attracts, and write down, mention that in your project. Lots of people, lots of candidates have made some unique and good tools, and they have open sourced it using GitHub, right? So you just need to be a little more active over the LinkedIn kind of platforms to observe what other people are doing. If you get some such projects and that is open source on the GitHub, you will get the code, you will get the documentation and everything. Try to understand it, try to implement it on your own way, and then mention that on your resume. Make sense? So we need to stand out in project as well. The common things what everyone is doing, classification, regression, unsupervised, that is good for the learning. That is good for getting a grip over the algorithms. These projects are necessary. These projects are must to get a hands-on exposure on every algorithm to understand how the algorithms can be used in order to solve a business problem. But that is something everyone is doing. We know this thing. There is competition in the market, and everyone is doing all these basic projects and the case studies. So we need to step up and we need to build something more attractive, right? Right? There are huge amount of content available on YouTube, Kaggle, Analytics Vidya is a website. Then there is a website, Machine Learning Mastery. Huge amount of content is available, right? Uh, there is one website that I have shared, I have mentioned in some of the session, Papers with Code. Remember, there was a website we talked about, Papers with Code. So in that case, in that website, you will get new research papers along with the code. So try to find out something that is not very much advanced, not very much basic, and use that paper and code to include a project in your resume. Make sense? Make sense? These are the tools, guys. Again, what I am trying to say is, don't try to explore the tools. Amazon, Azure, AWS, AWS, all these things are the tools to implement something. Try to understand the technology. That's what is required. Tools, the companies are going to train you on the tools, right? If they want you to implement Azure, if they want you to implement AWS, they will train you on AWS. You should know the technology, you should know the right approach. Make sense? How to enter? So you just need to keep track on the job portals. They have a separate career sections, so you just need to keep track on those career sections. What are the openings, what are the requirements and everything, right? They follow a strict protocol. They follow a strict protocol for the recruitment. Amazon, Google, and these big firms are very strict to the protocols. If it comes to the recruitment, they won't go like, it won't be like a reference or something. If there is an opening, then reference can help, but direct reference cannot help in Amazon and Google kind of firms. But I would say in the initial level, start to explore with some startups, because you will get to learn more practical things in the startups. There are lots of startups out there in the market, and they are going doing good and innovative stuff, right? So as per my experience in training, most of the interns, most of the freshers, they started their career with some startup, right? And in startups, they get a lot of opportunity to learn and grow. And like that's what I have experienced so far in MNCs and in big firms. They get a dedicated job, but in startups, they actually get more flexibility to learn and explore the things in order to implement. Okay, there are lots of startups. I can't count them. I can't tell you the exact name. You just need to explore. Just stay a little bit active on the LinkedIn. Lots of people are posting about the innovative ideas, the innovative products, tools, and everything. So that's how we will get to know what are the. And also, if we are applying, if we are getting a job posting in LinkedIn, in Indeed, in Naukri, so don't just click on the apply button. Go to the company website. If there is a career section, apply on that career section also. If you get any career email, HR email or something, post your application, job application to that email also. Most of the people just click on the apply button and that's it. That's not enough. Go to the company website, apply to the company website's career section is if it's available, or try to do a little bit more research about the company, search that company in LinkedIn, and try to connect with the people that are working in that company, and you can ask for the reference. So these are some things what you can do in order to get highlighted for a given job. Make sense? Yes, guys, make sense? Yes, internship is good. Definitely, internships are good. You will get to learn a lot during the internships. I would recommend, if you are a fresher and you actually want to learn and grow, start with some startup in some internship in which you will be guided. You will be exploring a lot of possibilities, right? Okay, so few things like, don't use a static resume. Try to change your resume with respect to the job description. Second, don't just click on the apply button. Go to the company website, upload your resume on a career section, and if you get some some email address, try to shoot the job application to the email addresses. I have I have uploaded. Yeah, so this is the drive link. We all have this drive, right? Now in this drive, there is a file reference links.rtf. So in this, I have pasted the links. Okay, so here is Hunter. This is a website that can help you to find the email addresses for a given company. Suppose there is some XYZ startup for which some machine learning role is open. You try to find out the email of the people in that startup, but we were not able to get that. You can simply give the website URL in this Hunter, and this will find you the emails of the people working in that specific startup. from HR, from support, from info, and sometimes we also get the management people emails also. So this is a strong tool to find out the emails for a given company. Plus, plus LinkedIn Helper. That's the tool to automate your LinkedIn. Through the LinkedIn Helper, you can just specify the target audience, means what kind of people you want to connect with. Your cookies have been removed. Now you can leave our website. Wait, wait a sec. They don't let me in. Allow. Okay. So this is the LinkedIn helper tool that can help us to automate the LinkedIn. Just specify the type of people we want to connect and write a attractive invitation message. So this will keep on sending the invitation message and also the connection request to the people we want to connect. So we don't need to search and we don't need to do all those things by ourselves. Just specify the targeted. We can specify with respect to the location, with respect to the industry. We only want to target RPA industry. We want to target the people working in business consulting. We want to target the people working in finance. Whatever is our targeted prospects. So just specify the people. If you only want to target the HR, specify the HR is there in the job description. If you only want to target the management people like directors or the managers, mention that. So it will just, there is a good list of filters. You can specify the filters. You can specify the targeted audience and start connecting with the people on LinkedIn. Interesting? Interesting. Better will be your network. Better will be the job search. Right? Plus, plus, let me see what all is there. So there are lots of things. Analytics Vidya. This is a website to get up to learn and explore the different ways and different types of algorithms, different methods. Kaggle, we have already talked about. Machine learning mastery, we have already talked about. So Clutch, this is also a good website if you want to search for the startups that are working on specific, let's suppose I want to search the startups in Bangalore. Right? Okay. So I would simply say machine learning companies in, okay. Let's suppose I say New Delhi, prime provider. Perfect. So these are the organization. Okay, that location thing didn't work. We just need to specify the location also. Location, India. Let's suppose I use India. Okay, now these are the startups working on machine learning in India. Website is available, their profile is available, so we can explore about the company. We can try sending our application from here also. Interesting. Bangalore, Pune, New Delhi, Gurugram, Chennai. Right? So these are some tools I have mentioned, lots of useful resources in this link. So you can refer to it. And I think we are good to start for the job hunt, right? Make sure, please don't just mention the basic projects on your resume. So first of all, before sending or before utilizing these tools, before utilizing all these tools, I would say work on improving your portfolio. First of all, try to create a GitHub profile, a GitHub directory, GitHub repository. Upload all your interesting and eye-catchy projects, eye-catchy products on the GitHub. Make it open source. Don't share it like this, but mention them in your resume. Right? Having a GitHub profile is something very something that will attract more recruiters, because lots of people do not have the GitHub profile. when they start approaching for the job. Basically, the freshers, not for the experienced one, GitHub is very necessary, but for the freshers, GitHub is necessary. Okay. So LinkedIn Helper, Hunter, and the Clutch. So there are a bunch of such tools in Analytics Vidya. Also, there are job section to get the jobs. Right? If I scroll down, careers, apply jobs. Here it is. So this career will be only for the Analytics Vidya. Apply jobs. So in Analytics Vidya also there is a job section. Right? Yes. Right? Everything is mentioned in that file, a reference link. Everything I have pasted the link of all the useful resources in this file. Great. It's not gonna be that easy, guys. You just need to do some more cross testing, also experiment with different types of emails. It won't be that easy that we started sending in, we received something. We need to do it with lots of cross testing. You need to check for different types of messages, different types of emails, what subject line is, what subject line we need to use in order to get the maximum responses. Make sure your emails are not getting into spams. If you started sending a lot of emails, it will start getting into the spams. And right, so lots of things that we need to keep in mind. Nothing specific, the same that's there for everyone. Improve the portfolio, and yeah, that's it. There is nothing specific. Like we just need to follow those certain steps to have a good portfolio. The things that we should try, we should the efforts that we need to make while applying to a job and all those things. And also while creating a resume, don't create a very huge resumes. It should not be more than 2 pages, right? And just mention the important points like your skill sets, your summary, and more and less, like the major part of your resume should be about your projects, right? When anyone is going to take a technical round, before they go to your academic section or your birth date or anything, or how many siblings you have, before checking these things, they will check the project section. So please mention only the important things. What is what recruiter is looking for? Yeah, I see a lot of people have mentioned the siblings and the family tree in the resumes. That is like, yeah, you can mention it. It's definitely we can tell the background, but a recruiter or a HR or any technical person will not observe what you have mentioned in that section, right? So try to keep your resume precise and very accurate to the point what you are trying to tell about yourself, right? It's like we are selling our skills. We are selling our skills. So we need to be very precise and very much um, uh, accurate about what exactly we want to represent. I'm working as a mathematics teacher in government sector, age 27. What would you suggest me for the job? It completely depends upon you, what you like, right? If you want the corporate environment, definitely you can switch. But what I would say, what I have observed, the difference in the government sector and the corporate sector. In the government sector, once you have, got that position, then your life is little relaxed. But in corporate, even if you have 20 years of experience, you still need to learn, you still need to struggle to maintain that position. So all the time learning, all time, the more you can, how much you can work, that is the amount of money you can make in corporate, right? So that's the major difference in government sector. That's the major difference in government sector and the corporate sector. In corporate, it won't be a stable life. Every year, every upgrade, or wheresoever you are in the position, you need to upgrade yourself. You need to be very updated. You need to learn the new things, and you need to accept the challenges. It won't be that stable like the government jobs, right? Exactly. Continuous upgradation is required even if you are at a management or a director level position. I like that. If you want to explore, if you want to explore and shift, so you are actually selecting a right industry, right? So as I already said, we are going to sleep with new problems every day. So it's not going to be boring. Yeah, that's true. Everyone does. Everyone. We have to do it. And if we actually if we like doing these things to continuously upgrading ourselves, exploring and upgrading ourselves, we should be there in this corporate environment. Awesome. I like that. True. So every day new challenges, new problems, new tools. The best part is you will get to learn about the new technologies. You'll be updated about what's happening in the what kind of innovations happening in the world out there, right? Perfect. Yes, guys, please. Anyone, anything else? Along with the Python machine learning concept, what all should we learn? Cloud services, DevOps, APIs, not necessarily the cloud. See, to enter the industry, to enter the, to start an entry level job, machine learning exposure is more than enough, guys. Like, if honestly, if you know machine learning and data science, we are more than enough to enter a job, right? Definitely the clouds and the APIs will be required, but it's not something necessity to enter a job. If you have, that's a good plus, and gradually you are definitely going to learn and upgrade to those technologies as well. But initially, having a good exposure about machine learning and data science is enough. Right, how much you have learned and upgrade. Exactly. We learning and unlearning is a continuous and endless process. We learn something, we need to unlearn that and upgrade to the new thing after a few years. Right? How important is SQL? SQL is, it's not too much important, but again it's a good plus because SQL is a tool to interact with the data on a database servers. So definitely, and it's also not a very tricky and very huge thing. You can easily learn SQL in a week. So you can explore a few websites to understand the SQL queries. Yeah. Along with the Python, I'm already working in a good organization worked in business intelligence for 16 years, exploring this new space. Awesome. So yeah, that's good. Like if you already have experience in the data itself, business intelligence is again somewhat related to data only. So if you already have some exposure about the data, so this is something that you can definitely explore and you can definitely upgrade. I'm glad, guys. I'm really glad that uh, I added some value technically and also for the future job hunt. I hope this was informative. We learned, we upgraded, and we are going with something in hand. Awesome, guys. Perfect. Let me know if there is anything. The project in here in our see to be very honest, the project in the course are specifically to get a more exposure on the techniques, on the algorithms, right? In order to stand out, obviously the people used to mention these kind of projects in the resume and lots of people are mentioning, right? So what I'm trying to say is in order to stand out of the crowd, we need to put something more attractive, right? I've registered for the deep learning as a Keras and TensorFlow. I do not have the deep learning batch aligned as of now because the time span, the bandwidth is little strict for me. So if there is something got aligned, then I might take that batch. But as of now, I have little strict time schedule. So deep learning batch is not aligned as of now. Haven't get any information yet. Most probably will. Uh, Actually, it's quite mixed, right? Sometimes they ask me to take for the weekend, sometimes they ask me for the weekdays. It completely depends upon the availability and the other commitments. That's how I can commit for the weekdays or the weekend batch. As of now, this was the weekdays batch I was taking, and upcoming batch is again going to be on weekdays only because weekends are not free. So I'm going to take anything, whatever it's going to be machine learning or deep learning on weekdays itself. So most probably in some first or second week of March, there'll be some other batch that's going to start. Yes, guys. Anyone, anything else? Please. I'm so sorry, I didn't get chance to check my LinkedIn. I'll open it tonight and I'll definitely accept. I'm so sorry. Can I register for W instead of deep learning as deep learning batches later on? Yes, Gaurav, you can simply raise your request, raise your ticket in help and support, and someone from the team will assist you to do that. Okay? Yeah, definitely. Tableau is a visualization tool and it's widely used in business intelligence. That's correct. That's a good thing. Thank you so much. I'm glad that I was able to add some value. Awesome. If that's everything, guys, we are good for the entire session. If we are do I no, it's not necessity to learn Tableau before the deep learning. Let me explain what is the difference in the deep learning and the Tableau. Deep learning is again a programming based approach in order to make a machines learn with some more complicated data sets and the algorithms. Tableau is just a graphical tool to represent the data, dashboards and other things. Okay. Yes, that's my LinkedIn, guys. Sure, sure. That's my LinkedIn. I think you are added. You are already added to my LinkedIn network. Yeah, you're right here. I don't like not all the time in Delhi. I'm mixed resident for Delhi and Lucknow both. Sometimes I'm in Delhi, sometimes I'm in Lucknow. Right now I'm in Lucknow. Let me share the URL. Perfect. That's everything, guys. Thank you all. Thank you, everyone. That was a wonderful session. We were all very cooperative and we enjoyed the session. I personally enjoyed discussing all the interesting stuffs, algorithms, questions, everything. Sure. Thank you, guys. Thanks for all the cooperation. And best luck. Best of luck. Good luck for the upcoming challenges. New problems, what we are going to face. I mean, the data science problems. Good luck for the new data science problems. Good luck for the job hunt. Good luck for the future, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everyone. Bye bye. Take care. Stay safe. And good luck, all of you.
Thank you so much, Abhilash, for the right? And thank you so much, everyone, for your active participation and your patience, right? So I wish everyone all the very best for your future endeavors, right? And small request, guys, I'm sharing the feedback link in the chat box. I request everyone to please click on the link and provide us with your valuable feedbacks, right? That's all for the day. Thank you so much. You all. Thank you.